think I've got this on the right screen here. And indeed I have. It seems I am now live. Yeah, indeed I am now live. So, lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter, and welcome to tonight's low energy live stream where I am sweating. It is unbelievably hot in here. This is not the weather for gingers. And considering my mop is growing significantly longer as time gets on, I'm just getting warmer and warmer. So I'm going to try and make this a quick one. I'm going to try and make it quick tonight because as well as having stuff to do non-paintball related, I also have to pack my kit for this weekend, and I want to try and get most of that done tonight. So it may be a late night for me, but not necessarily for you. And also, this is the sort of weather where you should be outside enjoying the sun, not in here, not sitting here watching me on a live stream. Right, who have we got in? Sorry, we have. I'm going to go with Alexa Luna, Gaming and Editing. Thank you very much for dropping in. Albert, hello there. Paul, good evening. Good to see you all. Thank you very much. Where am I at? I am here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you can see, but at the moment, from my studio thing here, it looks like my camera has crashed. Yes, Albert, I figured as much. Unfortunately, though, I think that is due to the fact of how much I have opened up on my computer system at this point. There isn't really that much I can do about this at this moment. So we're gonna have to try and plod on through to start with, and hopefully we'll we'll get this sorted out as time goes on. Paul, yes, best not leave me in charge of timekeeping at GCC. I totally agree. That's why my plan for the weekend is to just go on field when I'm told to and try and win the games as fast as possible. That way, I can't get held up for being on field for too long. Gibbs, come here. Come say hello. Come on. Yeah, good boy. Right, anyway, yes, the imaginary dog is indeed in the studio. Anyhow, Christ, it is so warm. Well, I suppose we will drop straight on with what you can play this weekend. And unfortunately, the list is quite small. So, this weekend, there is a walk-on going on at Combat Zone Lincoln, which is Sunday the 28th. It is £20 with bring your own paint, £45 with standard grade paint, £50 with tournament grade paint, and game on is at 9:15. Lunch is also included, free of charge, and big shout out to Dave Ellis for giving us the information for this one. Thank you very much. Also, I have actually been down and I've played this site. It's a brilliant site. It's got a real sort of homely feel to it, and it was a pleasure going down there and playing. And I'm probably going to be down there again next year for if Colin has another birthday bash. I will probably be there. I'll move my microphone a little bit closer because I'm not sure if it's picking us up right. I've actually got sweat running down my face here. The things I do for you. Now, I'm just going to have to shut the door. The dog opened. There we go. And there we go. Now, hopefully that should take some of the light off the picture behind us. Next up, we have Paintfest and the Grand Central Classic. Both are being run at the same time because both are happening at the same location, which is NPF Bassett's Pole, and it's Birmingham, I believe. I'm trying to find my mouse. My mouse has gone off in a random location. Right. Scroll up. It is NPF Bassett's Pole Adventure Park. Trickley Coppice, London Road, Bassett's Pole, Birmingham. So there you go. Next, and for GCC, if you're interested in hearing more details about the Grand Central Classic, check out the stream that I did last night with Nikki T. It went better than this one, considering the camera doesn't seem to be really working tonight. Aha, yes, as Albert says, that's a coincidence. The camera not working and the dog appears. Well, as I said, Albert, unfortunately, for some reason, the camera isn't playing ball right now. But there isn't all that much I can do about that. I think I may have to see what I can do about starting to run these shows in Google Hangouts. Or maybe something else. I don't really know. Yes, Alexa, the dog does want the light. Unfortunately, he's now gone. So it's just me in a room with a green screen behind us. So, there you go. You can't even see my green screen because it is that bright coming through the window behind us. Right. So, for basic details on the GCC, the inaugural event will be held 27th and 28th of July 2019 at NPF Bassett's Pool, paintball and outdoor activities, and will feature the following: 10-man format, mechanical 5/5.5 BPS classic rules. There is a limit of 21 teams that can enter the event. However, I believe that is currently 19 due to a couple of dropouts. There is 6 games per day, reseeded after day 1. This has changed slightly due to the teams that have dropped out. There's going to be 2 fields of play. One is a concept field, which incorporates both mounds, so little hills across a third of the field, and then various sort of solid bunkers, including big, large water tanks known as IBCMs, I think they are, and bunkers that are, I believe Nick described them last night as being slightly longer than the average sort of door, and a bit wider as well, and they are laid down on the side for to use them as cover, and they match my hair. Entries are now open, but according to this, unfortunately, I believe entries are now actually closed, or will be closing tonight. So, in fact, no, I'm actually wrong on that. Entries, I'm not too sure on if they are open or closed. However, team rosters are expected to be in by tonight. So, if you are on a team that is playing the GCC, then you need to make sure that your team captain has sent the team roster on. Any players that aren't signed up or aren't on the team roster will not be allowed to play, as far as I'm aware, unless you can work some magic with the GCC organisers, which is Nicky T. So yes, you've got to see what you can do there. If you're not onto a roster yet, you may be able to get on there, but it would be hit or miss there. I can't guarantee anything. However, if you want to be involved in the GCC and you can't actually get down there and go play, there is going to be a bandstand. I'm not sure if bandstand's the right word, but there will be stands alongside the game zones where you can observe, and I'm pretty sure there will be teams that will be more than happy for to have somebody come along and help them out with pit crew. So that would be, I know for a fact that I would appreciate somebody to come out and help with pit crewing. It would be amazing, and you would get lots and lots of cuddles. That's about the most that I can pay anyone is with internet cuddles. So yes, check out the GCC. There is links to everything that I'm talking about tonight, or at least most of the things that I'm talking about tonight, in the description down below. Bonus point: if you come to the GCC and watch, you may get to watch me get absolutely decimated, which I know does please some people in this community. Next up, we have Paintfest, which is being held at the same location as GCC. Paintfest has been running for years now, and is one of the staples on the UK scenario sort of circuit. UK big game circuit, sorry. The entry fee for this one is from £95. But for your £95, you get 3 days worth of play. On the Friday, you get to go out and you can actually go play the Grand Central Classic fields up until you can play the concept field up until I believe Nick said 4 o'clock. So you can go out, you can go and experience that, and if you are actually playing the GCC, it's a great opportunity for you to actually be able to get out and play the field before it is opened up to GCC players to walk it. GCC players do actually get to walk the fields I believe it's, I'm not sure if it's both fields, but it is at least the concept field from 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Oh god, it is so hot in here. Yeah, so yeah, there is the 3 days play. There is the big game Saturday and then some smaller games on Sunday, I believe. This year they've actually mixed it up. I think it's because included in your entry fee, you also get access to the Players Party. The Players Party is what you may ask. It is an open bar night of entertainment. Now, providing your ticket does actually grant you access to that because there is certain tickets, certain variations on ticket. I believe the normal player's ticket, the normal player's ticket is around about £95, and that does grant you access to pretty much all that is on offer at GCC. Now, Albert, he's saying, "Oh God, the camera's frozen on what looks like Dexter's cum face." Well, that's probably the angle that the camera would sit. No, actually, I'm not going to go any further down that route at this point. Right, but yes, go check out Paintfest, guys. It is a fantastic game. The crew at NPF always put on a fantastic weekend of play, and it's definitely worth going down and taking part in. So, right. I'm going to close that page down there now, and hopefully the more pages I close, the faster things will actually work on my stream. Ben, what's going on here? Well, unfortunately, it would seem that my laptop is really, really starting to struggle with this. Albert, there's no point in removing the message. I saw what it was. Right, anyway. So, moving on from there. Actually, I'm just going to close a couple of pages on this side of things as well, and hopefully it helps pick things up. I should have probably closed Discord beforehand as well. So, yeah, we'll close Discord down. That's one I think takes up a lot of computing power on my laptop. So hopefully closing that down will actually make things move up a little bit faster. And Barker, welcome back to one of my streams. Thank you very much for dropping in again. And 100% he's cum face. Yes. To be fair, I don't really know what my own face looks like at that point. I've never really looked at myself at that point. That'd be kind of strange. Ben, Dex from inside the van. Well, there may actually be streams from inside the van this weekend. Premium streams, of course. Oh God. I don't actually understand. Why are any of you actually watching my stream when you could be out enjoying the sun? Yeah, Barker, yes, unfortunately, there isn't much that I can actually do about my stream freezing up. Unless... right, I have actually got another one that can close down here. So, yeah, we'll close that down, and I'll have to open up links as I'm going. Right. And God, I look attractive on that current frozen picture. Oh, right. So, hopefully, since I've closed a few more things up, that should make a difference. Maybe. I'm going to unpin this tab as well. Unpin and close that. Right. I'm not sure if that's currently working or not, but let's just hope it is. Nope. You still have me stuck looking very, very sweaty on screen. Glorious, glorious. Right. Yeah, tonight, things are being worse than normal tonight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm actually starting to think I might just have to run these streams direct from... Oh, yeah. Oh, look, I have actually got more movement now. Yes, there we go. I have actually got a little bit more movement. It does seem that the more pages I close, the better things are run. Right. So I'll close that one down as well. I'm wondering if maybe defragging my computer would actually help as well. So then, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually kind of glad that you can't really see us tonight, because at least you're not seeing us just like dripping with sweat. In fact, I'll tell you as what. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Video capture device. Oh, will this one? I think if I. There we go. Right. There we go. Now, problem solved. You just can't see my face for the moment until I have actually closed and done some stuff. There we go. Problem is now solved. Right. No, really, it's actually turning my camera off there. It does seem as if it's actually made things change. Right, next up. So, we're going to move on to... I'm not sure if I've just got lots of lag or if my... Yeah, right, anyway, let's just crack on. Right then, so, I thought I'd share this one with these guys. Mayhem have released a very short drone clip of themselves, of their new shipment field. For those that might not be aware, the shipment game zone is of course based on shipment from Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which, if you're a classic sort of gamer, you might love and adore. Now, I'm going to drop over. Now, hopefully this will actually play and it doesn't bounce around all over the place. And, right. So I wanted to share this clip with you because I do think it's kind of cool. So if I can just find my mouse. Now hopefully, I'm really hoping that this works. Don't know if there'll actually be any audio on it, but the shipment field is nearly complete. Look at it. There's going to be a lot of interesting sounds come from that field when it's in play. If you've ever played around containers, the sound of paintballs hitting metal is pretty cool. Now I'll play that again just in case it hasn't actually worked. So yeah, there we go. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think the page. I think my laptop has still just. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be loading. In that case, that is a bit disappointing. Yeah. Right then, let's move back over onto the main screen where my face is currently off of it. And I'm going to close that down. That's it, Nick. Issue Free Tuesday. Apparently, I actually had a bit of discussion about this with somebody else a while ago. It's Chris, I believe. About apparently Google Hangouts doesn't actually put as much strain on your computer, so that's why pretty much most of the Hangouts that I do on Google, they run absolutely fine. But when I start running things like OBS and I start opening up other things, everything kind of just goes a bit Pete-tong. So, yeah. And Ben, stop having 4,000 pages open. You know what it is? I have my normal tabs that I always have open, and I have, at the moment, I have 2 tabs open for things to talk about. That's because I've deleted, I've closed the other 6 tabs that I had. So, yeah, I don't know what I can really tell you. So, yeah, now I can see that you can see the shipment field after I've closed this down for a while now. I think you are about a minute behind what I'm actually talking about. So now that we've had several different things closed, it definitely does seem as if things are my laptop's picking up a little bit. Not perfectly, but a little bit. So next up, I'm going to try and find a link to last week I talked about the YouTubers Union. And oh god, I'm so sweaty. I talked about a link to the. I shared a link to. I'm just. The heat has got me completely done in. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm doing really, really bad tonight. Anyway, and this week it's not because I'm ill. So, right, where was it? Yes, the YouTubers Union. Last week I talked about Jörg Sprav, who is the owner of the Slingshot channel, and about how he opened up, I think it was about 16 months ago it said, he started up something called the YouTubers Union. And this was because he got sick of things like the adpocalypse and YouTube being a bit unclear with just YouTube in general. You know, people having videos demonetized, but then not explaining why they're demonetized, or not explaining about, you know, where if somebody got a copyright claim, whereabouts the copyright claim was in the video, getting things like false copyright claims where people are just purely trying to claim videos to then try and get money off them, because a lot of people won't actually fight copyright claims on YouTube, which I believe it is actually a criminal offence to file false copyright claims. But if it means going to court, it's sometimes easier, especially for smaller creators, to just not even fight it. You can turn the video, you can remove the video, which would then stop somebody else getting money for your work, but it's still an unfortunate thing to happen. So as I was saying, Jörg Sprav a while back started the YouTubers Union. He released a statement last week, which I'm not sure if I actually have information on, if I actually record any information in my notes, or was it the week before? I'm not even sure when I read out the last statement, but I did say that I would release that I would update you if I did see anything new come out. So. Yeah, so as I said, I did tell you that I would update you on if there was any status updates from Jörg. So on the YouTuber Union page, which if any of you actually want to check it out, feel free. I'm not going to go through the full thing. I'll just read out some points that I did kind of find interesting. So this is from this is quoting from Jörg Sprav's update. It became clear to me that in order to really change things, a great deal of resources and manpower is needed. So I teamed up with one of the world's largest trade unions, the IG Metall, and then there's a link to a Wikipedia page. This happens to be a German organisation with their 2.3 million members and plenty of highly specialised lawyers on their payroll. They are a perfect partner for the YouTubers Union, especially since they have diversified a few years ago and now invest a lot of money and resources into the crowd working sector. So today, as on the 22nd of July 2019, we release a press note that informs the world of our joint venture, FairTube, which I'm going side note here. I'm not sure if FairTube is supposed to be just action that they are taking, or if it is actually going to be the launch of another social media platform, which I hope that's not the case. This has been tried by several different people, and launching separate platforms struggles. Some of them have still got followings, but they kind of struggle. 4 days later, on the 26th, we will then officially send a list of demands and requests for negotiations to YouTube's offices in the US, in Ireland, and in Germany. At the same time, we will also release a video explaining our goals, demands, and the consequences should YouTube not enter into negotiations. Right, next, in that, there is also the lawyers working for IG Metall have analysed the case very thoroughly over the course of the last 6 months and wrote powerful legal opinions. YouTube is clearly violating the EU's data transparency laws, which is the GDPR. A very expensive violation for sure. The penalties can be 4% of Alphabet's turnover. For those that may know, Alphabet is the actual people that own YouTube. And I'm not sure if they actually own Google. So the 4% of Alphabet's turnover, which is about 140 billion. Furthermore, because of the way the creators are treated ever since the adpocalypse, YouTube is running a high risk that an EU Labour court may rule that YouTubers are indeed falsely self-employed. This would mean that YouTube would have to pay up to 5 years back for the social insurance, which is 39.5% of what they paid out to creators. Plus, of course, they have to pay a minimum wage, grant 25 days paid vacation, and have the following very tight laws protecting employees in Europe. Fines would also apply. So for the YouTubers that may be watching us, I know them Barker, Nick, Artwood, Dr. Rush, I know some of you guys drop in. If this was to actually go ahead, that would mean that YouTube would have to pay you 25 days holiday entitlement. They would have to pay you minimum wage for your content, for the hours that you put into making your content. Now, realistically, I don't think that anything like this is likely to happen. I think it's very unlikely. But I do like the fact that somebody is actually trying to take a bit of action against YouTube to get YouTube to be a bit more sort of open with YouTubers. If YouTube won't negotiate, then we will sue. The IG Metall is a very influential organisation in Germany, and even if the labour laws are a bit unclear regarding crowd workers at this point, it is in their power to get a change of the law started. They believe creators are in need of protection, and so does Jörg, and the politicians in Germany and the EU won't disagree. They don't like Google very much anyway, as I'm sure you know. So there you go, guys. If you're interested in reading the full statement, there is a link to it in the description down below. Yeah, go check it out, especially if you're a YouTuber. This may be something that will interest you in the future. And of course, I will update people over time as if there's any more statements come out. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare tonight, so a lot of the information that I've got is just slapdash. And be aware, I am known to occasionally get things wrong. So please go check it out for yourself. Read through the information. You might find it interesting. Right, so in the comments here. Albert, that's better. Oh, look, a dog. Ben, is he off having a Tommy tank? No, Ben, I am still here. Oh, thought you said shipment. Not sure on that one. Albert, Dex, I think you need to send your laptop to Beamish. Albert, I totally agree. This thing is nearly prehistoric. Paul, I think you think I need to send it back to Sinclair. Well, at this point, it's probably about it's probably worth less than a Sinclair C5 little scootery thing. So, yeah. And as Ben says, a Dyson Airblade has more power. yeah, you're probably right there. I think part of it is that my laptop overheats a lot, so I've actually got a coolant tray under it, and that did help for a while, but even now the laptop is still getting really hot in itself as well. I think my phone is actually more powerful than my laptop at this point. Anywho, right, so I will now get rid of that off the screen here. And the next thing we're going to jump on to is dodgy products in paintball. Now, I'm only going to cover this relatively quick because it was talked about in Monday night's low energy live stream. But recently, and I'm going to try and say this all sort of neutrally and reasonably. I'm going to try and be politically savvy when I'm saying stuff here, so that I don't get sued. But recently there was a link shared round for replica lenses for paintball masks. Now this is for anyone that has been in paintball for a long period of time or any reasonable length of time will understand that your mask is one of the most important pieces of equipment you can ever have when you are playing. Always buy a good mask. And I am now at the point where I would always recommend buying a mask from a reputable dealer. Because, frankly, you do not know what you are buying off the internet unless it is coming from a legitimate source. So buying online from genuine shops that you can check up on, that you can get legit checks on stuff. I won't say don't buy masks off of eBay, but it's better not to, unless you can see that they are coming from a legit shop that is also selling through eBay. For example, I know that Just Paintball does actually sell through eBay. Right, okay, Albert, I'll stick the camera back on. Right, and there we go. Yay, the camera is back on my end, and I can actually let's just see what happens here. Right, no, it's really awkward trying to mess on with. Yeah, we'll go. Complete bird's nest on my head. So yes, try to always buy a mask. Try always buying safety gear from legitimate sources if you want to play. You only get one set of eyes, and while we did talk about this on the technical problem broadcast on Monday, it's incredibly important that this is done. I always kind of feel like there is people that will want to try and take paintball down and will jump on sort of anything that they can, and this has been shown several times, across the years by people trying to get anything that is remotely gun connected removed from sites like Facebook. And there is rumours of sites like Facebook and places that have been sort of anti-gun in themselves. So we don't really want to give those people any ammunition. But the product that is in question that came up and was talked about, over the past week or so, it was, as I said, a replacement lens for a very common mask system. Now, at this point, we do not know. I don't believe anyone has actually bought one of these lenses and done any serious testing on it. But it isn't being sold by the manufacturer, it's being sold by a third party. And it's being sold as this specific brand. Now, according to Albert, who is one of the co-hosts for the Technical Problem broadcast, pretty much everything that was being sold on that seller's eBay page was Chinese knockoff products. So this lens, chances are it's probably akin to the FMA F1 lens or mask that came out a few years back, and it's been tested by several different people across the UK and found to be seriously wanting in usability. I believe Combat Zone did some tests where they actually videoed the testing that they did, and they blew I think it was 3 shots in, the lens was completely blown out of the mask. That is not what you want. You want good quality gear. I mean, paintball masks, real paintball masks, are rated to take shots at a higher velocity than anyone should really be playing with. But you've kind of got that stamp of approval when it's a legit paintball mask. When you're buying something that, if it seems too good to be true, it is too good to be true. So anyway, I will leave that there because I think I've royally rambled on about that and messed that up completely. So yes, we'll move on. Ben, kill it with fire, mate. It already feels like I am on fire in here. I think I'm actually sweaty enough that I can almost. No, I can't quite I can't slick my hair back yet, but it certainly feels like I can. And it also seems that I'm still bouncing around here. So yes. Next up on the talking block, I think we're talking about this on Monday night's Technical Problem broadcast. Most of my talking points are being stolen by us on the Technical Problem broadcast, but I wanted to actually show the photos here because I definitely think it's interesting. Now, I know everyone that generally watches this, yous are all paintballers, so I'm going to do the completely heretical thing, and I'm about to show you an airsoft marker, or an airsoft gun, whatever they're called. Wait, look at that. Look at that. You can actually see right how bald I am getting there. I seem to actually be more bald on this side of the head than I do on this side. That's strange. Uh, right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the G&G SSG1. So, this to me is, and it is very blatantly been designed for speed softers. And I can just look at it. The barrel on it actually looks like it could be from a paintball gun. Granted, I don't know the exact scale of these, but the barrel on them definitely looks to me like that could take a paintball. Then you've got the strange sort of dropped stock on it, which is, to me, blatantly been designed so you can actually bring your marker up and you can get your head behind the marker while still having the stock in your shoulder, but in more of a sort of a paintball style. Now, this is something that paintball worked out years ago, that you could, that when you're wearing a full mask, which a lot of speed softers do, you can't get good cheek weld up against a normal style rifle. So that to me is exactly why they've gone for the dropped stock on these airsoft guns. But then, if we actually flick through some of the photos here, if I can actually find my mouse again. Nope, that's the wrong way. See that? That's the other thing. It's got a proper double trigger on it. Now, I'm very curious as to how is this trigger walkable? Because, again, if sights are playing as semi-automatic, is this actually going to be a walkable trigger? Will this be on a micro switch? If it's an electronic gun, then it could entirely be electronic micro switch. And this is going to be getting a very high rate of fire in a semi-automatic, which is something that speed softers will probably go mental for. But again, I know I'm showing airsoft stuff. I know I'm showing airsoft stuff off here, but it's the fact that this airsoft stuff is replicating things that paintballers have been doing for a while. Trying to use a mask while using a realistic looking marker, or in this case BB gun, it just doesn't really work very well. So for see, even the airsoft guys and airsoft companies that are airsoft's normally all about the realism, for see them adopting stuff that paintball worked out years ago is very sort of intriguing to me. And I also quite like the fact that the marker is relatively ugly. I mean, what is the deal with putting Picatinny rails on the end of the barrel like that? That's just a big no-no for me. Anyway, I'm going to drop back over onto the full screen, and I think we can close that page down. Right, where's my mouse? Where's it gone? There we go. Right, that's that page closed. So every time I close a page from this point on, my screen should, or my webcam should get a little bit faster. I wonder if I can. Oh yes, there we go. Sort of a very bad mohawk. All right. Albert. Yeah, Nature Hike, which is AliExpress gear, which is a no knockoff gear. Right. And Albert, no you stealing off me. Oh god, he's back on airsoft. Yes, airsoft, Albert. I think you spelled air wrong there. But yeah, I do. I kind of find it interesting that they are starting to replicate some paintball sort of things that we've had in paintball for years now. And right, going back over onto the dodgy gear, Albert says he emailed Di and said the sale post and said post has now been taken down. Right, that's actually great because I mean, chances are it'll probably pop up again. It might pop up under a different seller, or it might even just pop back up with that same seller, which is. It's unfortunate because that'll mean that there'll still be people getting their hands on those masks because they don't know any better. But hopefully, it might have stopped a few people anyway. Paul says, and I'm assuming that this is in regards to the G&G rifle that was just shown. Wouldn't it be full auto anyway? Paul, potentially.
Yes, airsofters can use full auto, but I don't know what the situation is with some Speedsoft games. And I know that like speeds, there's a lot of Speedsofters play things like CQB, where it's semi-automatic only. So if you are using something, if like effectively it's like playing CQB with a tournament marker that's got an incredibly light trigger on it versus playing CQB with something like a TMC that okay, yes, the TMC might be a very sort of good marker on its own, but it's certainly not going to have the same sort of rate of fire as a tournament marker. However, it's putting that tournament marker, putting all of the ammunition that you have in your hopper, the what let's say 300 balls for simplicity's sake. I'm well aware that the normal hopper doesn't hold 300 balls, but say you can hold 300 balls in your hopper. And smushing that up into one small amount. You then stick that into a mag, and you've got that. You've got the capacity to fire thousands of shots, and you're holding lots and lots of shots in a very small space, and then putting it into like a sort of a paintball style versus a normal sort of mag fed marker. That's the kind of the comparison now. So yes, there probably will be the option for full auto, but I would imagine that these are going to be semi-automatic so that you can play CQB and things like that, and still have massive rates of fire. Was that Karen Zudan? I hope I haven't massacred the name there. Randomly found this in your recommended. Oh well, thank you very much for dropping in and checking it out. Yeah, thank you. Unfortunately, tonight I am not doing too well because I am boiling to death in this room, and I think most of the things that I would normally have talked about have already been talked about this week. So yeah, so thank you anyway for joining. And I also don't normally sport a mohawk, but that is literally being done with sweat. Yeah. This this weather is not great for people of my complexion. Right, so anyway, we're going to drop over next onto another thing that I wanted to share with you. So we're going to drop back over onto the share screen, and this is something that has been released by the Chandy Man over at Northern Custom Works. If you are interested in one of these, they are going to be available at Paintfest or GCC, whichever you're going to play for. They are the Freak Extra Long adapters. It's extra large or extra long. And yes, I thought that might be the case, Albert. So yes, if you're interested in one of these, they will be available from Paintfest, or there is an option there if you want them posted to you as well. Now this product, like I said, from Northern Custom Works, as you can see there on the screen, is available in 3 different colours at the moment, and yes, they have been pre-anodized for you. Although, if you want to get them done, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't cost much to get one of these redone in whatever colours that you would prefer it to be done in. So as you can see, or for those that may be listening, these are currently available in Banzai Splash, which is, I believe, like a silver, green, and a black colour. It's also available in matte black and gloss black. And this means that you can use your normal Freak backs with Freak XL inserts. So you can revive your old sort of barrel kits that you might have hiding around in the loft or wherever else they are. Yeah, so I mean, you can just pull out your old barrel kit, and this is something that we're actually talking about on my chat last night with Nick. The idea that with a lot of the games that are happening now, it's bringing back players who may have not played for a while. Ben, the window is open, mate. Yes, the windows in most of the house are open. Unfortunately, I am just roasting alive here. But yeah, we did actually talk about this last night, about the idea that there is players that are coming back thanks to events like the GCC, thanks to there being mechanical events being ran again, and it's bringing some of these players, they might come back and then decide that they actually want to have newer, or they want to have some newer things to run with the older markers. So things like this are perfect. And I know that there is a lot of players out there who still have old freak kits that might not want to upgrade with barrels, but you can upgrade the inserts instead. I don't know what my wife's doing there. Just running a tap. Anyway, right. So then, if you are interested, come look for me or look for the Chandy Man on Friday afternoon, Saturday or Sunday at the Grand Central Classic, and you can get your hands on one of these Freak XL adapters. Right then, so we'll drop back over onto the main screen here, and I will try and now bring up some of the other things that I had planned on talking about. Now, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that, and still also entertain you all, but I'm going to try. So, I keep losing my mouse. One day I really actually need to sit down and organise my desk properly. Right then, so there we go. Dave Reed, in case you happen to be here or you happen to drop in, congratulations, mate. That's pretty good. So, dropping on down here. That was just a little side note there. Right, now I need for my screen to actually load here, and I can scroll down and try and find the things that I had to delete to make sure that this would actually work. Maybe in future I just need to create a page where I've got all of the things preloaded on, or just as links. Right. So anyway, any of you that may be on my Facebook page, did you enjoy my live stream riding home from work on Saturday? It was lovely and terrible at the same time. It was nice being out on my bike, but being out in the rain was just naff. And the rain kept interfering with stuff that was happening on my phone, so that wasn't exactly great. But, you know, it's what happens. Oh, is my hair wet enough that I can actually slick it back yet? Nope, not quite. No, I kind of... What the hell is going on there? I look like a cockatiel. Yes, and that's something else. In regards to the Freak Barrel adapters, if you are interested, if you actually have a constant bore barrel, or possibly something that maybe doesn't look very cool, so you want to create a sleeper, the Chandy Man does actually do freak boring as well. So you can take your stock boring barrel, freak bore it, and create something pretty cool. Why don't you get your hands on an old Ion or something, put a really cool board in there, change out a lot of the internals, put a stock barrel on, but get a freak board so you can put a freak kit in there, and create something awesome and something sneaky. Right. Ben, was it possible lighting yourself on fire? Or was it possibly lighting myself on fire? Not at the moment, but I have been known to do that too. Albert, just look for the ginger pile of sweat and that'll be me. Yes, probably. I'm actually thinking about seeing if I can go and get some vest tops just for to wear it this weekend, because I'm going to roast. I'm kind of thinking that when I'm not playing, depending on how long there's between games, I might actually just take most of my clothes off and just lie on the grass. So that might be a major distraction. I might end up incurring penalties for that, but I'm pretty sure it'll be worth it. In fact, anyone that's going to GCC this weekend, is there any possibility of a paddling pool? So, next up, I was planning on talking about this one, but unfortunately I had to delete the link before. Nicky T is releasing a limited edition t-shirt. Now, I will share a picture of this in a moment, but first I'll give you the information on it. The t-shirt is pre-order only, and this will be the only time that Nick will be making this shirt design in combo colour, or colour combo, that's the way to say it. The order must be placed by Sunday, the 28th of July, so that is this coming Sunday. Oh, Has it really gone, Albert? Or he's just winding us up? It's probably because I've now opened 2 pages. There we go. Yes, the camera has gone again. I've closed one of those pages down, so hopefully this should actually start back up again in a moment. Right, anyway, so I'll go back to reading this information here. Order must be placed by Sunday the 28th of July. Payment in advance. It is £20 for a shirt delivered to the UK, £25 for a shirt, $25 delivered to the US, and contact Nick for all other destinations. POA for all other destinations. All sizes from ickle to big available. To order, you will need the following. Send payment to Nick's PayPal, which I don't like reading emails and phone numbers out on stream, so you will have to go and do some research yourself for this, but there is links in the description down below. Specify the size you want. Let me know your delivery address. I'm collecting these at ICC, which is Iron City Classic, I believe. So we will be planning on posting all USA orders while I am stateside. Fantastic. Now, looking at these tops, actually there is a little bit more information. Anyone who wants to collect at the event, let me know. Not me, let Nick know. But yes, looking at these tops here, these to me are very reminiscent of the feel to me very sort of like 1980s kind of style. And they look really cool. Now I'm going to flick over to the share screen. Here we go. So as you can see, that is the limited edition T-shirt that is going to be provided up for sale from Nick. So get your orders in advance. But you see the sort of the logo on the chest. Now, does that kind of makes me think Thor Ragnarok? It makes us think sort of a bit of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a little bit. It's very sort of 1980s, some neon colours in there and stuff. I really like it, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get my hands on one. So if I do get one, you will see me, of course, sporting it on the stream. I might actually have to reposition my camera to represent some of the T-shirts that I'm planning on getting. If I actually ever get round to buying any of this stuff. So yes, yeah, guys, drop Nick a message if you are interested in one of these. As I said, there is a link in the description down below. Go check it out and support a UK baller who is doing the best he can to try and help promote paintball and get people out there playing. Right, so we'll drop over on the main screen here, and from that point, I'm actually going to try and find some other stuff to talk about. Considering, again, as I said, I had to delete a whole load of stuff before. So there we go. I'm going to open that in another page. I'll open up another link. Seems like, what have I got? 3, 6, 8 pages is the perfect number before my laptop starts crashing. I can have 8 things open on my laptop at the same time before it dies. Right, so there we go. Right now I need to find the comments again. Gassy, a lot cooler Saturday and Sunday, around 22 instead of 32, so almost safe for day walkers. Fantastic, that is amazing news, and it means that I will hunt out the Factor 50. Oh, again, things aren't loading, and it looks, in fact, it doesn't even look like 8 Windows is the safe number. It looks like 7 realistically. Right then, so I'm going to scroll down here and see if I can find the other links that I wanted to talk about. Yes, I realise that tonight probably hasn't been as slick and as smooth as it was last night. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do about that at the moment. So we've talked about all that, talked about that. I'm waiting for loading. I'm waiting for things to load again. Right, now this is what I wanted to share earlier on. if I can actually get this open in a page by itself, because I don't think it really worked when I tried to share it earlier on. So, I'm going to end up going back over onto the share screen here. I'm going to open that. Now, I hope that this doesn't start blaring stuff out. I have no idea where that goes over. Mute. There we go. For some reason, it has opened in a small window off to one side, which is not what I wanted. I didn't click that. Right, mute. There we go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I was trying to find, what I wanted to talk about. So, well, what I kind of did talk about earlier on. Some of you may be old school gamers out there, and when I'm saying old school, I mean like 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago at the most. Call of Duty Modern Warfare was a sort of an iconic game in the Call of Duty series. And there's been various fields have tried recreating stuff from it. You've got Nuketown over in one of the American fields, and it's a pretty good recreation. That, well, Mayhem Essex has decided to go for something slightly different, so they've decided to go for Shipment. I realised that Nuketown was actually one of the Triarch games. I believe it was Black Ops that came from, but it's Call of Duty. It's all Call of Duty we're talking about here. So. Right. So yes, Mayhem Essex has decided that they wanted to recreate one of the Call of Duty fields, Shipment, which Shipment was a lot of sort of storage containers all in one sort of game zone, and they're working on currently trying to bring that to life. Now the field isn't finished yet, but Ronnie has posted some drone footage flying above the game zone, and I'm thinking it's looking really cool so far. I'm very interested to go and have the. Sorry, I am stuttering. I'm very interested in going and having a play of this myself. Unfortunately, I probably won't be down there this year, but next year this is definitely one that I am looking at. Mayhem has been one that has been on my playlist for a very long time, so I'm really hoping that I can get down there next year and play it. But. In fact, let's just crack on here, and I'll show you the drone footage. Right then. So, now where's my mouse gone? Here we go. So, all those storage containers into one area, and there's going to be a lot of CQB going on with this. There's going to be a lot of noise going on when shots are hitting those containers. It's going to be really good fun. Now, I'll be very interested to see where else they go with this. And what more to do with it? As I'm curious to see, are they going to have a way for to get up on top of the containers? Now that wasn't in the original Call of Duty, that I'm aware of. But is that going to be something that happens? Is it going to be? Is it just going to be the ground level? Are they going to put any vehicles in there? Because I believe that, if I remember correctly, the original Shipment map did actually have some containers on it as well. Sorry, not containers. It had some vehicles on it as well. Now, it wasn't a field that was littered with vehicles. There was just, I believe, a couple that were in that area. But it'll be... I'm very eager to see what more to do with this. So again, as with most things, if I get any more information on this, I will try and update you guys as we go. But... I think, to be honest, guys. Oh yes, there is one more thing that I wanted to give a shout out to. I think I talked about this with maybe with the guys on Monday night. Although I'm not too sure now that I think of it. Video shout out this week goes to Nicky T himself for his quick tutorial on how to fill a pod. Now, this means, did I mean to share porn? Did I share porn? I don't believe I did. Did I? Anyway, so now you've got us wondering. Now you've got us wondering, Albert. I didn't think I had anything open on my laptop. Yeah. So. Or did you just mean mayhem? Right. You've completely thrown us. Yes, so Nicky T has uploaded a video recently where it's a tutorial on how to load a pod. Now, for those players that are pretty experienced, this may sound like a sort of a very... It almost sounds like a stupid thing to try and teach somebody. I mean, surely, filling the pod, you just pour the paint into the pod and close it and go. But it's not as simple as that, and it's actually quite surprising just how many players... if you're at an event, just how many players, and sometimes it's even experienced players, will run by you rattling. And well, that shouldn't be the case. I can hear you running from across the field. So go check out the tutorial. It's one that it may teach some of you something. It may not teach any of you, and it may not teach some of you anything. But go over, check it out. It's a very well put together video. And give Nick a like. If you're not already, subscribe to his channel because he does put out fantastic content on his YouTube channel. And also, I'm going to give him another plug. Go check him out on Patreon as well, and support, as I said earlier on, support a UK baller who's doing fantastic things. Right, anyway. Albert, there's a spare seat if I want to come down this year. Thank you very much for the offer, Albert. Unfortunately, I get the feeling that after GCC, I'm probably not going to be playing for a little while, and I also probably won't have any money to play for a while. I think I'm going to be on house arrest after this weekend. So, as far as I'm concerned, I am going to really enjoy this weekend. As I said, I may be on house arrest. So, yes. Hopefully I'm not, but I can't guarantee anything. I may not be playing again until possibly September after this weekend. But, you know, I wasn't actually planning on playing this month. So, you know, things happen. Anyway, guys, I did say at the beginning of this show that I was planning on keeping this short, so I'm going to start and wrap the show up from this point on now. And now so if anyone has any questions, if anybody has anything that they would like to ask us, please feel free to drop in. Please feel free to drop us a question. But I am very sorry that I'm ending it early tonight. But as you can see, I believe I'm kind of gleaming with sweat here. So I want to just go and I want to get out of this hot room, to be perfectly honest. Maybe on the positive note, the house selling situation does seem to be going relatively positively. So hopefully I'll have a new studio before long, and I'm hoping to kind of maybe have a fan in there, or window that might let more air in. Anyway, yeah, so guys, as I said, if anybody does have any questions, please drop them in now before I close things up. Other than that, though, it has been a pleasure to entertain you as always tonight. Now, I realise that the stream may have kind of gone badly, especially towards the beginning tonight. I am constantly trying to find ways to try and improve things, but you know, it's not easy when you're just kind of starting off. So yeah, I'm gonna just have to try and actually, Albert, give a shout out to the guy in a wheelchair. If you give us a sec, I'm going to try... I wrote down his name somewhere here. So off the top of my head, I can't remember it. I remember that his YouTube channel is Handy Capable. Barker, you've come back and I finally fixed it. Well, the thing is, I didn't really fix it so much as I just closed a lot of stuff. Right. But, I'm trying to find... I have got it wrote down somewhere. Where is it? Surely it can't have been a month ago. Right, yeah, it's Handy Capable Paintball on YouTube. It's a disabled guy that I believe he's from around about North Carolina. He has a video series called the Paintball Tank Chair Chronicles. He has actually just released a video, I believe yesterday. I haven't gotten around to watching it myself yet. It's only about a 3-minute long clip, but the guy's a real inspiration. He is, you know, and this is why I was saying it partly last night as well. And I've said it numerous times before, and I will say it numerous times again. It is one of the reasons why I adore paintball so much. Now, I wasn't particularly good at sports when I was in high school. Surprisingly, I wasn't as fat as I am now. In fact, I wasn't even fat in high school. I was just bad at sports. But pretty much anyone can be good at paintball, and anyone can play paintball. I didn't even like playing sports in high school because I was that bad at them. But anyone can have fun in paintball, and it's as long as you can pull a trigger, you can play paintball. And I think the guy that runs the Handy Capable YouTube channel, which at this point I can't remember what the lad's name is, but I think he is an inspiration to players. Now, you get some people that will say things like, "Oh, I can't get out and play, it hurts," or "I can't play, I'm older," or "I can't play, I'm too lazy," or whatever their excuse is. And then you have a guy that is actually out there playing and he only uses his tank chairs sometimes. This is a guy that actually plays tournament paintball, who has quite severe disabilities by the looks of it, who is generally wheelchair bound, and still gets out there and still gives, still plays like hell. He's I don't know what else to say, and right now I'm probably bumbling over myself because I'm a bit mental with the heat, but the guy is an inspiration, and I think he's a great example to show to people when they are giving it the excuses and the "I can't do that, I can't do this," to show people this guy who's actually getting out there and owning fields when the bloke can't even walk. It's a genuine inspiration. Go check out his YouTube channel as well. It's Handy Capable again. I haven't got a link in this video description towards him because I wasn't expecting talking about him tonight. However, there is links in some of my previous streams as well, if you want to go check those out, or just look up Handy Capable on YouTube once. Well, now if you want, feel free to drop out of this and go and check that guy out. I will not be offended. In fact, I'll be quite relieved because I am cooking. So, yeah, if has anybody got anything else that they would like to talk about before we wrap this up? I'm thinking, guys, it's about time I'm going to actually need a new notebook, because that's all I've got left. Yeah, I started putting information in this when I first started doing the stream, and yeah, that's that. All right. So Barker, you're coming down. You're playing. Are you playing Paintfest or are you playing GCC this weekend? Although I don't actually know if you're still in the chat or not. If not, then you won't answer. Right. So I'm just waiting to see if anybody actually comes back here. If anybody has anything to say. This is the problem with having such a massive delay on this. I don't know why there is such a delay, but apparently there is. I think it's around about a minute at the moment. I'd guess it's about a minute. Oh, right. Right. So yeah. So anyway, guys, if nobody has anything else that they would like to talk about, then I think I'm going to end the stream here. So as always, it has been a pleasure to entertain you guys. It makes me very happy that you lot actually drop in to sit and talk to me every Wednesday night. I'm very sorry that I couldn't be more entertaining, but as I said, I am dying tonight in here, to be perfectly honest. So Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I am Dexter. I've been your host for this evening. It has been a pleasure. And I guess I will see you next time. If, well, let's see, actually see what happens here. I'm not sure if the stream's going to conk out at the right point or not. That's one of the reasons why I ramble on so much towards the end, like this. Because I don't actually know at what point the stream's going to conk out. And, I kind of want to end it right. What I should probably do is get myself an outro video made that I could play. I should probably do an intro and an outro video, and then I can play that for a while, just so that people know that I'm actually going off. That may work. Yeah. And Barker, you're just going to shoot some people. Well, that's pretty much my opinion of things as well, mate. So anyway, guys, those